wonderfully people, the uncommon city boy family. Good morning to you, wherever you are. It's another wonderful morning here. My name is Akparawa Nsima, the first son of Idu and from Akwa Ibom. Our job is to make sure that we continue to fight in order to protect and to defend our land. It's another wonderful morning. The time is 10 minutes past the hour of 10 a.m. Nigerian time. Of course, today's date is the 14th of August, 2023. I'm broadcasting from the UK. It's another wonderful morning here, guys. To some people, it's another morning of economic, what do they call it? Economic Empowerment Day. It is Economic Empowerment Day in the southeast of Nigeria. And some part of the southeast, they say is a sit at home. And some other parts, they say is a wonderful morning, early start, early to finish, a new beginning, new week, everything new, everything brand new. I salute you. How are you? Oh, Esther, I see you, our queen. Esther, I see you, our queen. I salute you. It's been a long time. We've not had time to talk. Okay, yeah, it's a wonderful morning. How are you doing? Bibian, Masinachi, this woman, how are you? You are still coming to my page. I think you say you don't like what I'm doing. Oh my God, it's another wonderful day, guys. Beautiful. I salute you wherever you are. Wherever you are, I salute you. The president of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has proven to everybody that is the right man for his job. He's the last man standing. He's making things happen, putting Nigeria back on track, putting Nigeria on the path of success, victory, and we are happy to be part of it. The city boy government is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The city boy government is the government of unity and competency. Bibian say these are the type of men we have now, men with no divinity. Okay, do you want me to pray? Because when you talk about divinity, you are talking about God. Do you want me to pray? Okay, Father, I pray for Mma Sinachi to be well, to be in good health. You know, we have been praying. We pray for our president. We pray for everybody, our brothers and sisters in the southeast. In fact, I've dedicated part of my broadcast to the people of the southeast, trying to tell them that I love them. I want everything to work fine. I want everything to good, educating them, making them understand that, man, don't follow things that will not work. And I've been praying. I've been praying for everybody. So these are the type of men that you should be following. You understand me? My brother, Nigeria is back. Don't worry about the challenges. Every challenges are meant to make you stronger, are meant to make you better. And after the challenges, what next? You become a better person. Nigeria will become a better place. Things will work fine. If you're in Nigeria, what are the current challenges? Of course, we know the normal thing, which is the cost of petrol, high cost of petrol, which has also affected the cost of food, transportation, maybe life, in general. We understand that. And that is why we have been working with the president, sharing ideas, sharing our experiences and skills to make sure that that everything is working fine. That is what actually we actually want. That, I think, at the end of the day, when I listen to everybody, you have different perspective, different ways you want to solve the problem. I just find out that everybody want good thing, because if things were working properly, I don't think there would have been chances for anybody to start doing all these problems. For example, there wouldn't have been chance for IPOP or Biafra to start causing problems. There would have been chance for anybody at all to start to cause problem if things were actually working perfectly. But now we have a government that is putting things in place. All you need to do is to bring your own contribution, is to contribute, is to do your own part. We have a part to play. We always leave it to the government. We always leave it to the governors, to the president. And we find out that the presidents, they don't even know better. The governors don't even know better. Our leaders don't even know better. So we find out that they don't even know what they are doing. So if we the people, we are the one that is going to give them direction, because we are the one that it affects directly. I get me now. The actions of our leaders affects us. It do not affect them. You know, I saw the other day when people were trying to blame the Senate president, or people were shouting, "Oh, so the Senate president, so you people are taking money because they are going to be on, is it recess? They are going on leave or whatever." So the Senate president say, "Oh, there is something paid into your account." These things are normal something that they have been enjoying for a very long time. And some people started fighting and say, "Oh, how can they say?" Some people say they will sanction Senate president. Man, all these things, forget it. Forget all this rubbish talk. This is their job. They have been doing this thing. They have been sharing money. They have always been sharing money. That's why we say we need the money to be shared to everybody. Because Nigeria have money. The truth is that we have money. I salute you, Samuel Chuku. I see you. Thank you very much for joining me on YouTube. Guys, we are also on YouTube. You need to follow our subscription, our pages on YouTube as well. Okay, most times, because we find out that all these people on Facebook, I don't even know what they are doing. You know? Yes. So that is what we are. That is what we are talking about. Huh? They have always been sharing money. That is why I'm telling you that you cannot say you elect a governor and you expect them to do the right thing, because it's not all of them that know what to do. They don't know what to do. The governors don't know what to do. The senators don't know what to do. It is when the people give them direction. We are the one that will give them direction. Sandra, I see you. Thank you very much for joining me. Sandra from Facebook, I salute you. Thank you very much for joining me. I salute you. I salute you. I salute you. That city boy is working, guys. It is obvious. You see, when we receive the news that the Niger Republic junta, that they are ready to give dialogue a chance, that is a sign that our president is working. That is a sign that our president, the city boy, is working. Because all their propaganda this time around quenched. You see, let me tell you, if you want to defeat people, defeat people with success. I'm telling you, with just success, everything is defeated. Look at the city boy just defeated all their propaganda, everything. War. The city boy just defeated them with just one thing. One thing. Are you getting me? Somebody says sycophantic men. That's all we have now. What are you talking about, Bibian? Wetin men do you? I no be your boyfriend or your husband or abeg. Wetin I do you? You don't even know me. Abeg o. Just in case, I see you. I salute you. Thank you very much. Nelly Thomas say you are a very confused person. I leave it to me now. Leave it to me. This one say Wana is holding your 13 soldiers. Oh, that's another propaganda. Okay. Wana is holding your 13 soldiers. So go and bring it back for us now. Somebody say you are a gay. Is it no human being? Are they no human being? Wetin come concern you? How my gay come concern your own case? The only thing is just bring your sister. Let's find out. Or bring your wife. Nonsense. Bring your wife. Let's find out if I'm a gay. You understand me? Bring your wife. Let's find out if I'm a gay. Or bring your daughter. You're typing rubbish on my platform. Or Olariwaju. Good morning to you. I salute you. You see, when you want to bring rubbish to me, I will tell you that I'm more. If I want to tell you my own, you will run mad. You will cry. Yes, you will cry. You will cry. Thank you very much, Mohammed. I see you. Mohammed say you are working day and night like the city boy working. Yes, so. Now people wey sabi road, na then they talk. He said you are working day and night like the city boy working. We knew and we know that the city boy would deliver. The city boy has not been sleeping now. The city boy has not been. Thomas Sankara, I see you, Thomas Sankara. You know, when I see that name, Thomas Sankara, I remember one of the great men in Africa, Thomas Sankara. Thank you very much. He said, you really know how to deal with the Obingos. Yes, we have, of course, thank you very much. Obingos and Bingos. We have them. He said the only thing, just that there's no difference between the Obingos and the Obingos. They all came from the same region, Southeast. They all support the same people. Today they say they support Obi. Tomorrow they say they support Biafra. They don't even know which one is the best. And that is human nature. We keep searching for solutions. We keep searching for the way forward. That is why today's topic is solutions and better solutions. Manufacturing, dialogue. Because I know that manufacturing is one of the greatest solutions to every human being problem. Manufacturing. Manufacturing, guys. So yeah, we are going to be looking at all these things as time permits us. Are you getting me? So I salute you. Yes, the city boy has been working day and night, guys. From the very day the city boy took over, he took over lots of challenges of the country. The city boy took over 61 years of problems in the country, Nigeria. We know that. And then, in addition to the challenges in Africa as the chairman of ECOWAS and all of that, man, pity our president now. He's working so hard. He's working so hard, guys. He's working so hard. And don't forget our identity. That is why we are victorious. That is why we are overcome the world. We have an identity. We are kings and queens, and we are overcome. We are Idu people. That is our true identity. Are you getting me now? We are kings and queens, and we are overcome the world, guys. Anywhere you go, just know that you are a king, you are a queen. We are kings and queens, and we are overcome the world, guys. We will always come out victoriously. He said, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil. That means that there's going to be evil. That means that there's going to be temptation. That means that there's going to be a lot of challenges and abuses and people throwing stone on us, trying to do all kinds of things. Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death. Oh my God. Don't you understand that? We are kings and queens. See, for you to feel victorious, there has to be a fight. You have to have won. You have to have conquered. You have to have overcome. Are you getting me now? So those people are going to be there. Those people are going to be talking rubbish just like they are talking. They'll try to abuse you. They'll try to make your spirit to go down. They will try all kinds of things to see if you are going to back out. But because you are a king and you are a queen, because there's a spirit in you, it's a greater is it that is in you than he that is in the world. Man, there's a greater spirit in you, guys, that makes you to overcome. You are a king, you are a queen, and we overcome the world. This is something that they don't like. When they see us, they say, look at this small boy. Look at this small boy. Look at this Calabar boy. Oh my God. So yes. So the city boy is not sleeping from day one. He said from day one, hit the ground, running. You see him. He has been taking actions, working with different people at different levels, at different capacity to make sure that things are working. So the city boy has not been sleeping. It's a confirmation. We can see that he's working every day to make sure that everything is working. But part of the reason why I came live this morning is to highlight something that we did not actually look at it. You know, I came across the news that according to the Niger Republic, the junta, the city boy said, don't pity me. I am the one that applied for the job. City boy. Yes, city boy said, don't pity me. I am the one that applied for the job. And we can see him doing just that. Yes. So when I came across the news, which many people did not pay attention, so I want to bring it to your attention, something that we have not noticed. There is something that the Niger Republic, the Niger Republic juntas, what they said that we did not pay attention, and I want to bring it to our attention. That is why I actually came live here, and then I might discuss other things. Okay, they say something that is very, very strategic. You understand me? So let me read it. He said, Niger junta justifies justify President Bazoum, removal of President Bazoum as a threat to avert. They said his removal was to avert imminent threat that would have affected Nigeria too. That is what the Niger junta or the Niger junta, what they said. They said that the removal of President Bazoum, the removal of President Bazoum, is it Bazoum? How did they call his name? Sorry, if I murder your name, I'm not from your place. I'm from Akwa Ibom. He said the removal of President Bazoum was to avert imminent threat that would have affected Nigeria too. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that really mean? What does that mean? And then I was looking at some of the comments on their pages. They said, I pray for the same to happen in Nigeria. Sorry to our democracy, Nigeria democratic. This is from Prince Nwa. That is another person from the Southeast. You see, they have always been looking for problems. Joseph Nna say, if your candidate had won, will you have wished a coup on Nigeria? So somebody is asking. You see, somebody said, I think dialogue is the best. This is another brother from the Southeast. Echebe Ekene, which is a good one. Yeah, there are so many good people from the Southeast. Ajan Samson say a good Nigerian military coup is better than what we are facing for democracy hand in Nigeria today. Every man, Elenya said, I like their timing, Sha. They patiently waited for Buhari to leave power. If not, he would have unleashed the entire Nigerian army forces to save his cousins and friends in power. Are you getting me now? So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think is, what do you really understand when the Niger junta, when they said that the removal of President Bazoum was to avert imminent threat that would have affected Nigeria too? Because for me, it is something that I'm just investigating to really understand what they mean by that. Because since they have decided to say, okay, we want to give dialogue a chance, are you getting me? Oh. So we're gonna also listen to these unwise people and hear them. Understand me? So what do they mean by removal of President Bazoum was to avert imminent threat to Nigeria? I don't really understand that. So the leader of the coupists, General Abdurrahman Chiani, who spoke in Niamey, capital of Niger, at the weekend while receiving in audience Nigeria's intervention team led by this said that the military intervention was informed by imminent threat to both Niger and Nigeria, which had to be averted. What is that threat? We need to find out what that threat was about. You understand me? They struck to stave off an imminent threat that would have affected not only Niger Republic but also Nigeria. What threat was that? What was it about? What was it about? Because we are not aware. This is the kind of things we should be exploring. That's why we don't have journalists anymore that should be asking questions. They said that the reason why they removed the president of Niger Republic was to avert the imminent threat that could have affected both Nigeria and Niger. Let us find out what is that thing that could have affected us, because I am looking at and trying to get what they meant by the imminent threat that could have affected Nigeria and Niger. I cannot find the reason. What is that threat about, guys? That is what I think we should be finding out. You understand me? Somebody said that threat is terrorists and Boko Haram and insurgency. Terrorists and Boko Haram and insurgency. So the Niger coup plotters was to stop that. Nigeria is a great country and it will be best country under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, we have seen that already. So we believe that a war is an whatever. Oh, yeah. So I'm still looking. They did not provide the reason. What do they mean by the threat? So, but somebody is suggesting My brother Samuel on YouTube is suggesting that, yes, that is Samuel Chuku de Belu. Uh, sorry guys. He's saying that to avert terrorists and Boko Haram and insurgency. Okay, 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 okay. So the justification of the military coup in Niger Republic was to avert the imminent threat that could have affected Nigeria and Niger Republic. Guys, we really need to dig deep to understand what really mean. What they need to interview the commander. What's his name again? The leader of the Niger junta. You understand? Because maybe there is something that he knows. There is something that he knows. He said that the reason why the military action took place was to avert the imminent threat to Nigeria and Niger Republic. So what would have been that threat? So I believe that they should listen during the course of this dialogue with the military junta. They should find out what they mean, what they actually meant by the imminent threat. Is it about the exploration of their mineral resources abroad, in this case to France, or what? What do they mean by imminent threat? Because if it's about the resources, France has always been exploring and exploiting every African country, many, like 5 or 6 of those. So it's not an imminent threat. So what else are they talking about? There must be something else that the leader of the Niger junta knows about. Engineer Ade said something here on Facebook. He said, "Now only IPOP members get this news." Okay, I don't understand that. I getting me now. So he said, "Oh, okay, I get it. So some people say they are being sponsored. Of course, we know all these things. We understand how everything is happening. But I want you to focus on what I'm saying. The coup plotters said that the reason why they removed President Bazoum was to stop the threat of imminent threat to Nigeria and the Niger Republic. What is that imminent threat? Because some people say the reason why they removed the president was because it's a puppet to the foreigners, to the external forces that are using them to exploit their resources and all of that, especially to France and others. So that is why they don't want it. And that we also had in the news that since they removed the president, they now stop maybe selling of their resources to France, and they now assign it to Russia. And I'm saying, is it not the same people? But we really need to find out. I'm happy that there's dialogue on the table to dig deep into this thing to find out, because we are looking for solutions, better solutions. And in my opinion, manufacturing is one of the best solutions. Manufacturing is like you transform something from nothing to something. You can take something that does not have value, you add value to it. That is manufacturing. And that is what we have been talking about. We have so many of such opportunities in Nigeria as we speak. You know, as long as there's electricity, as long as there's security, manufacturing will solve lots of problems in Africa. One of the greatest challenges in Africa is because there's no manufacturing. We are not manufacturing. We believe in making money by selling our raw materials. That is why Africa has always been selling raw materials. You know, look, that's why I told you guys that military coup is not the solution of our problem. Because the same military coup believe in still selling the raw material to another country. So we still have a bigger problem. Because the military coup feel, okay, France did not favor them, so maybe Russia will favor them. My brother, the greatest problem we have in Africa is that we are not manufacturing. And I think that the government has not been investing in manufacturing. Manufacturing is the solution to one of the solutions to the challenges of Africa, Nigeria. I can tell you. I'm telling you guys, solution. Because look at all these things they are talking about. Oh, Africa have raw material. Do you have the manufacturing ability? Do you have the manufacturing skills to add value to those raw materials? That is what we are talking about, guys. Do you have the technology? Why is the government not investing in the technology that can transform those raw materials that we have in Africa to something good, man. That is what we are saying. That is what we are saying. But can they be manufacturing in Africa without electricity? That is what we are talking about, guys. Our government need to look at these things. This is the ideas that we are bringing on board because we believe that this is the way forward. Military coup is not the solution. Of course, you can use military coup to take out bad leaders, to put bad leaders. If we have had so many experience and we did not work out. So what are we talking about? It is still human being. It is still leaders. So that is why I say we have two major challenges. Two major challenges. Political leaders, we don't have it. Political leaders, we don't have it. That is one of the biggest problems across Africa. Failure in political leadership. One of the biggest challenge across Africa, man, not just in Nigeria. And then the other one is lack of technology manufacturing, or the lack of the willingness to invest in manufacturing. Because somebody would have said that Africa could have been the hub of manufacturing because that is where the resources are. But guess what? The opposite has become the case. Where foreigners, exploiters, where they say investors, they come to take the resources from Africa to abroad, and they say that is investment. I don't understand what they mean by investment, man. Investment is supposed to be where the resources are. People come to invest in where those resources are, not to come and take the resources abroad. Solutions and better solutions. Manufacturing is one of the best. Think about what I'm telling you guys. It's one of the biggest problems. Man, we have failure in political leadership. Maybe we need a special academy that will talk about political leadership, that will educate us. By the way, I was reading something about the leaders across the world. You see, we have noticed that from my findings, I'm still doing the investigations. For you to become a leader, for example, a president or a prime minister in most of these countries, in most of these countries, there is a specific school you must be part of. Many of you don't know that. I'm trying to bring solution here. Somebody will not just come and become a president or anything. There is a particular school that you must be so that you'll be trained on how to behave, what to do as a leader. Go and find out what I'm telling you. Go and find out what I'm telling you. Every president, prime minister of every other country, there is a specific school that you must attend. But do you know that one is not the same in Africa? It's not the same in Africa. So those are the things. We need political leadership education. Did I say yes? We need political leader education or academy across Africa because we don't have it in Africa. But in abroad, we have it. For you to be the prime minister in the UK, there is something that is common. There's a specific school. You must have gone to that school. Don't think that you don't understand what I'm telling you. Go and do your investigation, guys. We have intelligent people on this platform. Go and find out what I'm telling you. Remember the topic today is solutions, better solutions. We know that manufacturing will solve most of the problems in Africa, guys. But I'm also telling you that we have two major challenges in Africa, across Africa. Political leaders, failure in political leadership, and no interest in investing in technology and manufacturing in Africa. When you hear government in Africa, in Nigeria, talk about investment, what they mean is people coming to buy their raw materials, buying their resources. That is stupidity. As long as you keep on selling your raw materials to the so-called investors, there will be no way you will improve. Dubai or UAE that have one of the highest oil reserve as well, they do not sell their crude oil. They don't make profit by selling their crude oil to investors. They sell their manufactured product, which is petrol or diesel or whatever you call it. Do you want me to repeat it? Investment is not selling your raw materials. Leaders in Africa have got it wrong for so many years. But we are going to correct it. Go and ask all these leaders in Africa, Nigeria. They believe that, we have investors coming to invest. What are they investing? To come and buy their raw materials. That is stupidity. They, in fact, as we speak now, they are selling gold out of Nigeria. You don't know? They are mining our gold, our so many silver, so many of our diamonds. Are you not aware? It's not even accounted for in the national treasury. You see, many of you did not know this conversation where I'm going today. You never thought I'm going to go into this angle, have you? Huh? Some time ago, there was rumor how they are mining and exploiting diamond, gold in the north, and it's not being added to the national wealth. The only thing that they are commercializing is the oil, Abi. And what are they commercializing? Oil, selling of crude oil. Which country sells crude oil? Only Nigeria and maybe some African countries. My brother, this stupidity have to stop. And I know that the city boy is listening to me. Selling your crude oil is not investment. You are stupid. Selling your natural resources is not investment. You are stupid. That is why I say the major cause of a problem is leadership. It doesn't matter whether you have military leadership. It doesn't matter whether you even have regional government. If you don't have leaders, it's a failure. Go and find out what is actually investment. Investment is when you have the raw materials in Africa, and any company that or any country that want to invest, they'll come and build the infrastructure in your place where you have the resources. How can you be having a wealth of oil, crude oil in Africa, and some people are coming to pipe it to somewhere else? What nonsense. You don't sell your raw materials. Because in your raw material, there's a lot of things that can be produced. There are a lot of products. There's a lot of something that you can get from your raw material. So that is the biggest problem that leaders in Africa have been doing, and something must be done about it, guys. You cannot be selling your crude oil, your raw materials. You need investors. What does it mean? What does that mean? You need people that will come and establish factories, refineries in your country, in where the resources are. And then you now negotiate with them. What percentage are they going to get from it? If they should come, you give them maybe 5 years to invest, to build it, build the factory. The same thing with car manufacturing. We have so many of these resources. We have uranium. We have so many things. When we listen to Mustafa, of course, was it Mustafa? Yes. When he was telling us about the resources, the exploitation, what really happened in Africa, how they came to exploit because the resources are there. And African leaders are not thinking. They will give them small money and they are happy that, oh, they have invested. Can't you think for foreigners to come to buy your raw materials, there is more to it. It is beyond the money that they just give you. It's because you are not thinking, guys. We now need new leaders, political leaders in Africa that understand better, that knows what is leadership and how to negotiate and communicate, because that is what is missing. By now, Africa is supposed to be the hub of manufacturing. Now, let me give you example, because whenever I tell you something, I give you example. Do you know why most of American companies, they move to China? Do you know? There was a wave of manufacturing that took place in China. That is why China is the way it is today. All the companies in the US, as at that time, even in the UK, they decided to outsource, to take their factories and industries to China. Do you know why they took their industries to China and manufacturing companies to China? Many of you don't know. Do you know why China today is almost taking over the world with ideas and technology? They did not have it. China did not have the technology. They did not have the innovation. They did not have the skill. The skill and technology actually came from the US, from the UK. But do you know what happened? They decided to take their manufacturing, their factories to China, because something was there. They found out something there. They found out that there was a cheap labor in China. Guess what? So the cheap labor in China attracted investment in China. They didn't take away their cheap labor. You know, in Africa, if just like we have people that are graduate, experienced people, human resources, our people are migrating from Africa to where they say they go and look for opportunities, right? But it was the opposite in China. China had cheap labor. They did not send their brothers and sisters abroad because they had cheap labor. US and UK and every other country, they found the opportunity in China. What they did was to relocate their manufacturing and industries and factories to China. That attracted investment in China so that they can exploit those resources, cheap labor in China. Many of you don't know this. So how come in the case of Nigeria, instead of us to attract investment in Africa, the factory is supposed to be in Africa, manufacturing site supposed to be in Africa, what we see is the opposite. Where African leaders sell the crude oil, the resources, pipe it underground to abroad. Is that not stupidity? Hey. But I know that the city boy is on the throne. The city boy is on the throne, guys. Solutions and better solutions is what we are discussing today, guys. Manufacturing. We believe that manufacturing will solve the problems of Africa. I just give you an example of China. Many of you don't know the patent of production. You see, many product is produced in China, and some of you say, "Oh, this is China." You don't understand China. China is not an inferior. What that means is that there are manufacturing companies in China. Most of the factories were relocated to China. Many of the industries were relocated to China because there was a cheap labor there. So when you see product made in China, it's not inferior product. It is because there are US companies in China, there are US factories in China, there are UK factories in China. Why did they go there? Because there was cheap labor. They had the resources. The resources was there that will help in their production. They moved there. Oh my God, if we had a good leadership in Africa, Africa is supposed to be the best. Everybody knows. But how come the fact Africa is the motherland with all the resources that we are exporting our resources, raw materials? What nonsense. We're supposed to be exporting finished products. That is when we could have added value to Africa. So every political leaders, every government in Africa, every government, every country in Africa must change the mindset. If there's anybody tell you that is investment for you to sell your your raw materials to any other thing, then you don't have. You are supposed to negotiate for them to come to your place to bring the innovation, the technology, the manufacturing, the factories to where the resources are. They're supposed to build it close to there. You're supposed to establish the factories in your country, not selling your raw materials. Not selling your raw materials, guys. Manufacturing will be the solution to Africa. How can we be having the resources and they say they are giving us aid? They want to provide us aid. What nonsense. They give you aid in the other hand and they are taking your resources. We now have leadership in Africa that will change it. The change will start from the city boy. Trust me. What I'm telling you is a reality, guys. I'm aware of the piping of the gas. Of course, gas is a product, is the last product, is the final product. I don't have problem with piping gas, selling our gas. That one is the final product. There is nothing else you can use gas to do. What did I say? Gas is not raw material. Oh my God. We now need leaders that will stop selling our raw materials as investment. Selling your raw materials to foreign bodies is not investment. It is stupidity. They laugh at you. You lack negotiation power. That is why you hear them say African African Summit, France and Africa Summit, UK African Summit. What do they want? You understand me? What do they want? They want your raw materials. Somebody say, where is your Jagaban cap? Are you not seeing the cap on my head? Now that cap, now in the key you. When you see the cap in the key you. You understand me? So this is what we are talking about, guys. We now need leaders. That is why I believe you understand the reason why I've been saying that it is a political failure. Leaders, political leadership failure in Africa that have been causing it. We have leaders who do not understand what to do as leaders because they never attended a school or an academy that educates them. And I started by telling you, before you see a governor in the US or a president in the US or a prime minister in the UK, there is a specific school of thought that they have gone through. We need to have that in Africa. We need to have that mentality in Africa. So you need to build leaders in Africa, political leaders who understand what it means to serve the people, who understand what it means to get that position. Are you getting me now? Investment in manufacturing in Africa. We should begin. That's why I said our president is an insult for the president of Nigeria to go to France for any summit or conference of anything because it does not make sense. Let the people, whoever that want to invest, should come to Africa. We have the resources. That is where the resources are. They should bring their technology because they are the one that is going to benefit more. Their technology cannot work without the raw materials. These iPhones that you are seeing today, do you know where the resources came from? Ivory Coast, what is it? Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, all these things. All these things that they use in making of phones, but yet the resources come from Africa, but there's no iPhone manufacturing site at all in Africa. They don't even have assembly. Somebody was even complaining, how come the Facebook in Nigeria is not monetized? How would they monetize Facebook in Nigeria? Because you don't have political leaders we just need leadership. We need policies and regulation. We don't have political leaders that understand. They only keep on fighting among themselves. That is it. They keep fighting among themselves. Who is superior? Who is going to win? Who has power? This one will go and set up his own group to counter this one. That's the only power that we can see in African leaders is fighting among themselves. They don't unite to fight external forces that have kept us perpetually in poverty. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is what I'm talking about. We want to see a new wave of leadership that understand what it means, a true investment, what it actually means. How can we be they are taking the raw materials from us? They set up military bases in Africa. So you don't know the reason why US set up military bases in Africa? Or UK set up military bases in Africa? What for? There is something that they see. And from our information, they always set up military bases around those areas where the resources are available, where the raw materials are found. Wake up, African political leaders. Investment is not when you sell your raw materials. I don't know why my mind keeps telling me about this. Investment is not when you sell your raw materials. Let them come to Africa. We cannot be using our entourage to go and spend money, pay hotels abroad and everything, and we say it's investment. We end up spending our money no, they should come to Africa where the resources are. They should come to Nigeria where the resources are. They should bring the technology where the resources are. Because without the raw materials, the technology cannot function. This is something that our political leaders need to begin to think. Political leaders in Africa have been deceived for so many years, for generations, that selling their raw materials, their crude oil to anybody is investment. That is not investment. It's deceit. It's deceit. Only crude oil, just crude oil alone, there's a lot of products from crude oil. If you want to, let's just do a small Google. Let us Google the product from crude oil after manufacturing. I just want to Google it. Possible product from crude oil refining. So that we see what can come out. This is a little, many of you don't know, many of African leaders don't know this. Selling your crude oil is not investment. You are stupid. You are stupid. Now, Let me tell you products that can be made from crude oil. Number one, these are petroleum products. Number one, gasoline, diesel fuel, heating oil, jet fuel, that's like kerosene, petrochemical feedstocks, waxes, lubricating oils, asphalt, so many things. It's not only cream, so lots of things can be gotten from crude oil. It's not just gasoline or diesel fuel or jet fuel, kerosene, all those things. It's not. There's a lot that can be gotten from there. So African leaders should stop selling our raw materials to African or what to foreign organizations or countries, thinking that that is investment. That is stupidity. One of the best solutions is manufacturing in Africa, and that is why today we are talking about made in Nigeria products. This should be one of the priorities of the government. Every government in Africa must prioritize made in Africa products. Because every other countries that produces whatever they produced, they got the raw materials from Africa. We begin to re-engineer our mentality. Why didn't they come and build the industry in Africa? Since they cannot do without Africa, without the products, without the raw materials in Africa. So this must change. Somebody on Facebook say, Adu Rebecca say, you are right, my brother. I understand your point. More wisdom. In Jesus' name. Thank you very much. Yes. That is what we must do right now. Let us begin to see factories in Africa. Let us begin to see industries in Africa. Are you getting me now? Let us begin to see these things in Africa. My brother. Then we can now export those products. When they talk about investment, investment means they will bring their money to put it there. They will set up their factory. That is how the UK does it. That is how UK, that is how they do it. That is how the US, that's how they do it. They don't sell their raw materials. They negotiate, they partner with organizations abroad, they bring their factories and set up in their country, improve their economy, pay taxes, add value to their currency. You can never add value to your currency when you keep on selling your crude oil, your raw materials. You will never add value to your currency. You will never add value to your currency. You will never add value to your currency. Africa will never come out of the situation if they keep selling their raw materials. So something must change this time around. And that will be the solution to all the problems that we are talking about. That will be the solution to all the problems that we are talking about. Yusuf, say my man, good morning. I salute you. Thank you very much, guys. This is another wonderful morning. God bless all of you guys. So yes, I just wanted to drop that one. There are lots of other conversations which we are going to go deep into that. But I tell you that manufacturing is one of the biggest solutions to the crisis in Africa. We will not be talking about our money or the valuation of our money, our currency anymore, because we even have the raw material